Alright guys, so I want to get these tires swapped out so I can start using the rear wheel on that frame so I can make sure I got the chain, everything in line before the motor gets fully put in. So I figured good time to show this thing. Really helps especially with these size tires, because it can be a pain to get seated right, because a lot of times you put air in it, one side will be higher than the other, and then you get that bounce when you're going down the road. So what I like to do is I took an old, honestly it's the old shock that came off the bike, and I cut the one side off. So just leaving the one side. And because it's a shock, it allows you to be able to spin this any direction you need. So it makes it a lot easier when you're putting this tire on and you're slowly airing it up, because what you do is you put some pressure in it, just enough to where you can pop the bead and then it hooks or it seats in. And then I use, a lot of times I just use some of this. I keep some of this in the garage, and you just put a little bit around the rim of the tire, and it allows you to get it just enough to where you can pop it in, but it's not enough to make a mess or pop back off. But the tire I'm going to be running now is, instead of the 4-inch, I'm going to be running these, which is a 70 dash, which is basically a 26 by 3. So instead of a 4-inch tire, it's a 3-inch tire. So it's going to be a little bit skinnier. I think it's going to make it look a lot better. So we'll go ahead and get this tire off, and then I might grab a brand new tube. I got brand new tubes for this. I might just rerun the same tube. I can't remember the last time I put it in, but it should be still fine. So we'll go ahead and get that swapped out, and then I'll show you how I get the seat and everything. And then I did pick this up from Amazon. This thing's kind of neat. It's got 25 feet. It's got its own pressure gauge, and it's designed so that way anywhere I need to air something up, it just comes out, and then you give it a yank, it goes right back in. So I'll put that down in the description. It's kind of nice to have. So we'll go ahead and swap that out now. So I was gonna say too, you can go to Walmart. They sell these little plastic pieces that you can use to take tires off. I used, back in the day, just use back of wrenches and stuff, but these are kind of nice. They're cheap and they're pretty easy to.
Waking up with the sun on my face, land of the free, this is our place. Rolling up my sleeves, got work to do, dreams in my heart and I'm pushing through. Land of freedom, where we stand tall, working hard, giving it all.
So got it pretty good. Now when you order these tires, they come all folded up. I've left them out here sitting for, I don't know, about 3 days, and they're still kind of like right here. It's kind of stuck upwards here. They're kind of uneven. I was hoping they would kind of lay out. So when that happens, it makes it really difficult, because like I got most of the tire all the way around is sitting really good. It's just right here, and like there's a tiny bit right here, and then this corner right here. So what I usually do when this happens, because you can spend hours just sitting here trying to pop this on, I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to max the pressure where it's supposed to be at. It's still kind of soft. But what I'm going to do is, once this bike's running, I'm just going to ride it. Usually what I do is I just go down the driveway a couple times. And doing that, it will actually seat the tire all the way around. And that's how I've solved that issue. Now, if your tires aren't, if you just picked them up and they haven't been in shipping folded up, you're not going to have this problem. If you use a little bit of that stuff, the tires usually, they seat pretty well. But when they're all deformed and bent like this, this corner, like this and this, these are going to be your high spots that end up popping out and not wanting to sit right. Now also too, having this put on the rim with air in it, and the amount of time it's going to take me to get this thing done, by then this will be formed to the rim. So by then I may be able to just pop it back in. But usually what I do is, if you just bought these tires and you're gonna go and you're gonna put them on and go ride it, just don't max the pressure out, just enough where you're not riding on rim, but that way there's some squish to it, and then just kind of pedal it around, and the tire usually will just seat where it needs to be at. So, but doing something like this with a shock makes your life a lot easier. Now, because this was for the Rover, which is a skinny tire, I did have to put three washers in just so the rim didn't hit right there on the fork. But any other rim besides the big fat rims fit perfectly. But like I said, this is pretty easy to do, and it makes life a lot easier. So yeah, when you're seating the tires, just make sure, just look at that line and watch it when it turns, and you'll see where it dips in, dips out. Like this side needs to kind of come out a little bit, but once you ride it, it'll be good. So hope this video is kind of helps you out, and leave a comment, hit subscribe button. I hope you guys are having a good day.